we've been in business for about 3.5 years, and in that time, I have used countless CRMs. I can't stress this enough to you. I've used enough to make my own head spin, let alone your head. And I know if you're starting a business or if you have a business and you're looking at switching CRMs, it can really help to know like which ones are good, which ones are bad. And I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna rank these things. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna go mostly in order of how we use them in our business, why we did what we did, and yeah. Starting off, first one that we actually ever used was Excel. I'm gonna throw this up here. I'm gonna give it B tier rating. Excel is kind of the go. Anything financial, I'd give this S tier rating. Uh, as far as like a sales CRM goes, I would just give it B tier because with OneDrive, it's kind of collaborative, but like if you don't have all that set up, it's not as collaborative. It's not as easy to share. Automations are harder. It's just hard to track stuff. But this is the first one we used. We used this sucker until we were doing like 20K plus a month. Uh, and it was just, it worked. It kept track of the leads, emails, phone numbers. We, piped everything in there. It was fine. Not the best, but it worked. The next one that I personally helped build out and use was Airtable. I'd give it C tier because it's a relational database. It's not it's not meant to be our CRM, like, but you like much like Excel, you can make it do anything you want it to. You can twist it, you can bend it. It is more integratable with a lot of other softwares. Uh, it's easier to take data, pass it along. It's easier to share. We use that quite a bit longer. We probably used the Airtable one for 6 to 8 months. I think we used Excel for like 3 or 4, and it was great. It definitely got us to a better part of the business. But after we were doing 40K plus a month, we wanted better ways to follow up. We wanted dashboards. We wanted more information available, and that led us actually to Pipedrive. And Pipedrive, I'm gonna give it A tier because, and honestly, when we were using it, it was probably more of a B tier software, but now it's definitely an A tier. It's funny, we were getting off of it as soon as it like kind of like moved up a tier. Um, and Pipedrive is just, I could write a mini love letter about Pipedrive, but it's relatively easy to use compared to all of the other CRMs. My biggest issue with it is that it can get really expensive really fast, and that's not something I necessarily love on a per user basis. That is, you can't have like your whole team in there, and that's my biggest drawback with Pipedrive. But it's really great. You can integrate it to send out contracts. You can do email marketing with it now. They have a new CRM for fulfillment, so if you're an agency, that can be really amazing. Um, and there's just a lot of really good things that Pipedrive can do. Uh, and it's relatively intuitive. It's not an extremely complex software to make. Now, from Pipedrive, there were some things it couldn't quite do. And like I said, they were starting to roll them out when we made this transition. Maybe had we waited a little bit longer, I would have saved myself some headache. But I was like, oh no, we're going to scale this business. We'd hit 7 figures, and I was like, we're going to use Salesforce. And you might think Salesforce is like an S tier or an A tier. No, I put this thing as a freaking D tier. Unless you're like doing 9 figures or have a complicated enterprise sales process, if you have a complicated engineering sales process, like you shouldn't be touching Salesforce. Salesforce is for when you have really complex approval processes. It involves multiple levels of managers, like that's when you really want to use Salesforce. And yeah, sure, there's marketing tools, there's email marketing tools, and sure, it integrates with everything, but the version of integrates with everything, it's not very smooth, it's very clunky. Most people hire companies to actually build out everything in Salesforce for them. Very rarely do they do it themselves. So if you're just starting out in business, it's really expensive. And I did it, and I did all of this myself. I built out our entire Salesforce. I had it integrated with multiple different platforms we were using, and I thought it was going to be the solution to get us to an 8 figure business. I was wrong. It just that wasn't the solution. It's not what we needed. It was overly complex, and more than anything, when you're building a business, when you're growing, you want to be able to be light on your feet. You want to be agile. You don't want to have to put tons of time into developing something that's honestly should be relatively basic and easy to set up. Um, and Salesforce is just not that. To do anything in it is a massive pain. And that's why, I give it D tier. It's not that good. It's it's something that I would only wish upon my worst enemy. Um, I'm gonna take the time here. I'm gonna throw in Google Sheets. The reason why I'm throwing Google Sheets in as S tier is because it's free. And Salesforce, super expensive. Pipedrive, expensive. Excel, you got to pay Microsoft Excel 365. It's not the worst price in the world, but it's not, you still got to pay for it. Airtable, they have free plans, but it gets also expensive relatively quickly. Google Sheets is free. And until, like, honestly, you could be an 8-figure business running all of your sales out of Excel if you wanted to. I'm not even joking. Like, it is possible to do, and you can have amazing dashboards. Get rid of the grid lines. Just be a little bit proficient. You can also hook it up with Google Looker Studio, which is kind of like a Tableau, Power BI competitor. Like, you can make amazing dashboards, pull all of your data in with those two tools for free. You don't even need Power BI. You can like make all of your graphs and charts within Sheets. It's super shareable. It's super integratable. There's just a lot of things you can do with it if you take the time to learn. That is the one thing. The one drawback is time. But again, if you just want to do basic name, email, phone number, what you're selling them, boom, that's your CRM. You're not wasting any more time on it. You are in business, okay? You don't need to make it complex. And oh, great, you hired a team member. Oh, you hired a salesperson. Great, add them to the sheet. Oh, you fired them. Great, remove them access from the sheet. It's not that crazy. The next one I'm going to throw out here is ClickUp. I'm going to give this B tier. It's not. It's pretty cheap. It's not meant to be a CRM, but again, it's kind of like Airtable. It's kind of like Excel. It's kind of like Google Sheets. You can make it into a CRM. Okay. Would I do it? No. But if you're using it for fulfillment, like we use that for fulfillment and like task management, everything within our business, and we've played around with the idea of using it for that, and like you can easily attach documents like contracts to it. But I personally wouldn't, because again, it goes back to building out the time. It's not exactly meant for that, and it doesn't have a lot of those marketing features that you'd really want. You can integrate it, but some of those integrations, and it does integrate with a lot of things, but some of them can get a little funky over time, especially if you change how stuff is laid out in there, just because it's kind of like a bunch of really complex Excel sheets all layered over each other with how it stores data in there, and that's like the biggest drawback from it. But it's a really good software. And, I really recommend it just for like task management, just to keep your brain in order as an entrepreneur in your business at the bare minimum. And especially as you build a team, it's easy to add on team members, assign tasks. You can have really good native dashboards within there as well. Really phenomenal tool. And that brings us to actually GHL. This is the one we currently use. I give it S tier because there's so many things about GHL. You can integrate phone numbers, so you can dial. You can also text within there. You have a really good, easy to set up pipeline. You have amazing email marketing tools for no shows. You even have a call calendar. We would use their call calendar. We currently use OneSub for our call calendar because there's two features that GHL doesn't have yet. That the second that they do have, I will be switching over all of our call calendar features within there and burning OneSub to the ground, because that's how I roll. I just find softwares to light on fire and consolidate into really good softwares. But how I found really good softwares was by trying a lot of different softwares and learning what worked really well and what didn't good. Uh, hasn't worked well. I will have to say the honorable mentions here are HubSpot. I'd probably rank HubSpot as C tier. I've played around with demos of it. I haven't actually used it. It's really good for inbound and like marketing, email marketing. But again, it nears the complexities of Salesforce, where I wouldn't want to venture into that territory, to be 100% honest. And it's not necessary when solutions like GHL exist, in my opinion. The other one is if you want something simple, you don't need something as in depth as Go High Level is. I do believe it's close.io. It's really phenomenal. And it's really good as a business owner too, because it will link the Zoom calls to the opportunities. So you can do easy call reviews on there. And that makes a world of difference if you're managing a sales team. Another honorable mention is Monday CRM. Haven't used that one, but I have had clients use it and they have really liked it in the past. But again, overall, like if you're looking for new softwares, like GHL is really amazing because you have really good workflows, automations, email marketing, funnels, call booking calendars. And the big one actually is you can send contracts natively within Go High Level, and you can also collect payments. So again, it's a really phenomenal service. I'm also willing to bet they're actually going to add in a complete payment processor in there, similar to Wave or Stripe in the future, because it would make a lot of sense for them to do that. It'd probably be the most advantageous thing that they could do. But yeah, this is where I'd rank these. And if you got any value from this video, if it helped you, please hit subscribe to the channel. And if there's any CRMs that I didn't mention that you think deserve an honorable mention, please comment those down below, and I'd love to look into them and perhaps even make a video about those.